What is up, everyone? Corn O'Keefe back yet again, and as the title implies, I'm bringing you O'Keefe's Q&A Part 15. And like always, if you don't see your questions get answered in Part 15, they'll definitely get answered in Part 16. So without further ado, let's get right to the questions. These first questions are coming from Cuddy Kitten 1. Question number 1 from Cuddy Kitten 1. What if Zoom, aka Hunter Zolomon from the CW, adopted Bill Denbrough from It? And then you're asking me, do I think he would be a caring dad despite the fact that he's a villain? You're asking me if I basically agree with that. Honestly, yeah. As I mentioned in another Q&A, I think ironically, Zoom and the Reverse Flash would actually turn out to be good dads despite the fact that they're actually villains. I think he'd be a pretty decent dad to Bill overall. Question number 2 from Cuddy Kitten 1. The second and final question is, who would win between Miko Nakadai, Jack Darby, and Raph Estevel from TFP versus the Losers Club from It? Well, to be honest, that's honestly an interesting fight, Cuddy Kitten 1. But unfortunately, I really couldn't give you a straight answer at this moment in time. But I would like to hear your thoughts, Cuddy Kitten 1, on this fight and who you think would win down below. Go ahead and let me know down below in the comment section. And hope this answers your questions, Cuddy Kitten 1. Now, folks, we're moving right on down the line. The next questions are coming from Hassan the Mighty. The first and only question from Hassan the Mighty is, which characters would you want in Smash DLC now that there's more on the way? And what are your thoughts on Terry joining? Well, I'm honestly pretty intrigued that Terry is actually joining, to be honest. Pretty intrigued with that. And to be honest, I would like to see Riku come into Smash Bros. You know, Riku from Kingdom Hearts. I'd like to see some Crash Bandicoot appear, maybe some Spyro the Dragon, etc, etc. Just to name a couple for you, Hassan the Mighty. Hope this answers your question, Hassan the Mighty. Now, folks, we're moving right on down the line. These next questions are coming from Jordan Vegeta. Question number 1 from Jordan Vegeta. What do you think about Marvel vs. Capcom 3? Honestly, as a whole, I think it's very intriguing and overall very unique in its own right. Question number 2 from Jordan Vegeta. What's your favorite color? I'd have to say overall the color red, to be honest with you, the color red. Question number 3 from Jordan Vegeta. Who are your favorite Avengers? I would have to say overall Thor and Iron Man, to be completely honest with you, Jordan. Thor and Iron Man. Now, question number 4 from Jordan Vegeta. Who's your favorite waifu in Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super? Well, to be completely honest, if we're just talking about the entire series known as Dragon Ball as a whole, I would have to give it to Android 18, to be honest with you. She definitely had to be my waifu overall if we're talking just Dragon Ball in general. I'd have to give it to Android 18, to be completely honest with you, Jordan. Now, the fifth and final question from Jordan Vegeta. Who are your favorite Sonic and Mario characters? Well, for Sonic, I would have to definitely edge out with the Hedgehog himself, Shadow the Hedgehog, and Waluigi for Mario. Hope this answers your questions, Jordan Vegeta. Now, folks, let's go ahead and move right on down the line. These next questions come from Lil Wild Jr. 1. Question number 1 from Lil Wild Jr. 1. What is your favorite adult beverage? Personally, I don't have a personal favorite, to be honest with you. Question number 2. Favorite song at the moment is your second question. Well, that's a good question. I would have to say Walk, the song known as Walk or Learning to Walk by the Foo Fighters. At least at this moment in time, I'd have to edge out with the song Walk by the Foo Fighters. Now, moving on to the final question. Who would win, Iron Man or Iron Giant? Honestly, it just depends on the Iron Man. Like, if it's Iron Man from like early MCU, like the first 1 or 2 Iron Man movies, I could edge out with the Iron Giant. But if it's like Infinity War or Endgame Iron Man, I had to give it to Iron Man. If it's comic book Iron Man, I definitely gotta give it to Iron Man on that one. And if it's like Iron Man from Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon or some other animated movie, then maybe you could make an argument for Iron Man losing. But for the majority of the Iron Men, I would have to say Iron Man takes victory more often than not over Iron Giant. Hope this answers your questions, dude. Now, folks, let's go ahead and move right on down the line. These next questions come from Luckdom Spirit. Question number 1 from Luckdom Spirit. Do you think the Versus community is irrelevant since everyone left? Honestly, no. I mean, it has its moments where it seems like it died down some, but it still has a pretty big flame going at this moment in time, though, if I'm being completely honest. Question number 2 from Luckdom Spirit. What do you think about Sonic being in OKKO and referencing Archie Sonic? To be honest with you, my dude, I'd have to say that's very intriguing, to be completely honest with you. Question number 3 from Luckdom Spirit. How quiet is the Versus community since me and Dylan left?
Oh my god, they have Skull Candy wireless headphones.
Hope that answers your question, Luckdom Spirit. Question number 4 from Luckdom Spirit. Do you think Link could lift Thor's hammer? Off the top of my head, I really do not believe he could. I mean, under certain circumstances, yeah, but I don't believe in a normal everyday encounter he's just going to randomly walk up and pick it up. I don't really think that at this moment in time. Now, moving right on down to the next question from Luckdom Spirit. The 5th and final question from Luckdom Spirit. Who do you think would win, Broly versus Zamasu? If you're meaning like, if you're talking about Zamasu, if that's who you're talking about right now, Zamasu from Dragon Ball Super, and we're talking about Broly from Dragon Ball Super, I would say Broly from Dragon Ball Super beats Zamasu, to be honest with you. Even Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 1 Goku surpassed Infinite Zamasu. And in the Tournament of Power later on, Goku literally surpasses Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 1 as a Super Saiyan Blue and keeps training. So that being said, Broly's fighting a Super Saiyan Blue Goku and actually beat a Super Saiyan Blue Goku who has fully surpassed Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 1. Now, that is a quick answer. If you would like for me to go in more detail, just hit me up. We can definitely discuss it. But overall, hope this answers your question, Luckdom Spirit. Now, folks, let's move right on down the line. The next questions are coming from Nightmare Trooper. Nightmare Trooper's last 3 questions. Question number 16 is, what is your favorite adult cartoon? I would say overall Family Guy. To be completely honest with you, Nightmare Trooper, Family Guy overall as a whole. Question number 17 from Nightmare Trooper. Rate on a scale from 1 to 10 on how much you can take or handle dark theme violence. Well, I can handle it pretty well. I'd have to give it at least a 7.5 to be honest, definitely above average. Hope that answers your question. Now, the final question, question number 18 from Nightmare Trooper. The final question is, do you watch Game of Thrones? Unfortunately, I've never actually watched Game of Thrones. I've actually heard a lot of good reviews on it, a bunch of good things about it, but as a whole, I've never actually watched Game of Thrones. Hope this answers your question, Nightmare Trooper. Now, folks, let's go ahead and move right on down the line. These next and final questions on today's Q&A are coming from Sam Cropper. Question number 1 from Sam Cropper. Ketchup or mustard? I'd have to say, hands down, mustard. I'm a mustard eating fanatic, if I do say so myself. Now, question number 2 from Sam Cropper. Does Big Wept beat the entire roster of the Reality Warper free-for-all? Honestly, he wouldn't make it past Doctor Strange, my dude. Hope this answers your question, Sam Cropper. Question number 3, the final question from Sam Cropper. If Pokemon trainers flee from wild battles, why do they send out a Pokemon for it to send back in immediately?
Wow, a Pikachu! That's not cliche at all! Go, Pokeball!
Hope this answers your question, Sam Cropper. And folks, this is the conclusion of O'Keefe's Q&A Part 15. Hope y'all enjoyed it for what it actually was, and remember to ask 3 to 5 questions down below in the comment section. As always, have a blessed day, folks. Peace.